England got a couple of big games coming up, starting with a friendly against Slovakia, and then the really big one, a home game against the Ukraine in the World Cup. How do you see those games going, and how do you rate England's performances recently?
I think they're doing okay. I think it's it's the manager's putting his mark on the team. I think it's good that he's trying a couple of different players and different formations and all the rest of it. And the nation sort of expects, doesn't it? We have arguably the best league in the world. We have four of our teams going through to the quarterfinals, the last 8 in Europe. So it's only right that England as a team should really be picking up a trophy somewhere along the line over the next few years. And we'll see. Hopefully this manager's the one for the job. Hopefully they're not going to chop and change, and it'll have a bit of stability and given time to come right. I think that I hate watching England in friendlies, but under this guy it's a little bit different, I suppose. And I think they'll do okay. I think a good result in the friendly puts them in good stead for the campaign.
At top of the group, obviously, England at the moment. Are you very confident that they're going to reach the finals?
Yeah, I'm confident this year. I think we will. I think we will qualify. And like I said, I think the manager's got a discipline in the team now. I think the players know the jobs, they know the roles, and it's not necessarily picking the teams that the fans would expect to see. I think it's picking the best players for the right team for each individual game, and it's not about playing the biggest players and the biggest names and fitting them around each other.
David Beckham potentially can overtake Bobby Moore with the game against either Slovakia or against Ukraine and become England's most capped outfield player. How big an achievement is that for him?
It's huge, and I think apart from the fact that it's sort of an honour to play for someone like AC Milan, I think that it's in the back of his mind that he wants them extra caps, and that's one of the reasons I think Paolo's told him he needs to play in Europe, and he needs to be playing at the top of his game. So yeah, definitely, I think he'll go for it. I think he deserves it. I think that the way he's sort of gone from hero to villain so many times and proved himself again and again and again, and you look at the Opta stats and he's running harder and further than anybody else in the team. I think it'd be fitting for him to pick up a couple of caps and beat the record.
When you first met David Beckham, did you ever think he'd be England's greatest ever player?
No, not really. No, I didn't expect him. I didn't see him being a captain. I didn't see him being what he's become. I always knew he was technically brilliant and technically spot on. You could tell he was always going to be a top flight player. But not full credit to him. It just goes to show it's you can be whatever you want to be.
As a former England winger, we ought to ask you about England's current crop of wingers, because they famously won the World Cup in '66 without wingers. It looks like this time maybe that it could be the wingers that make England successful.
There's always been that question mark over the left-hand side. I think Young from Villa could be a wild card, and I think he's always worth throwing in. I think his pace will always cause teams trouble. And then on the other side, you've got too many to choose from, really. You've got David Beckham. Bentley's struggled a little bit this season, which is a shame. Wright Phillips, he's always a threat going forward, and he works just as hard as anybody in the team. So there's a few to choose from, yeah.